Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to get on here real quick and kind of give you an update of some things that has been going on because just wanted to let you know, plus it's going to affect our budget. So I thought I would go on here real quick and give you an update. As you can see from the title, there's some medical things that had been going on. So about a month ago, I started getting some really light, dull headaches, and they came and went. It wasn't like constant, not even every single day, but I was getting them really frequent, and I just noticed a change in it. And I had at that time was thinking that I was going to make an appointment with a doctor because I hadn't had a checkup in a long time, so I thought maybe it was a good idea and just see maybe if something's going on. So I didn't get a chance to do that because about a week after I was having these headaches pretty frequent, I hadn't been sleeping, but I had been trying to sleep one night, and it was like 2 a.m. My husband was asleep and snoring. I just could not get to sleep, and I was laying there, and then suddenly my arm, just one of my arms, just my left arm, just started tingling, and it felt like this wave from my fingertips up into my shoulder, and it just felt like this shock wave of tingling sensation or electricity or something like that. It was really just strange feeling, and I sat up real fast. I woke up my husband, and when I wasn't feeling the waves of more intensity of it, it was just it just felt like my arm was asleep. It wasn't numb and there was no pain, but it was just tingling, and I hadn't been laying on it, so I know it wasn't from, laying on it wrong. So I woke him up, and then I started walking around. I tried to get it to stop. Wasn't sure what was happening. It just really scared me, and after having all the headaches, I was really scared something was wrong. So we waited a little while, and it did not stop. So finally we decided to go to the ER and just check and see if something's up. So we went to the ER, and they did a CAT scan of my head and my neck. He was concerned that there might have been a pinched nerve, so he checked for that, and everything looked good. So he said it was probably just a peripheral issue, and he told me that it was an inflammation maybe in my body. So he prescribed me prednisone. It was a 40 or 50 milligram dose, I can't remember, but he prescribed me prednisone, and then I was supposed to take that. I took it there at the hospital before I left, and then I was sent home with a prescription to get, and I was going to continue it on for about 7 days. Well, I went home and tried to sleep, so about 2 hours. It was still tingling at that time, even when I went home, and I tried to sleep, so I finally slept for about 2 hours and woke back up, and it had stopped. So I was really happy. I thought maybe the prednisone is helping. So the rest of the day I felt really good, and actually I felt really energized and really good, and I was really happy about it. The only thing I had was a backache, which I normally don't have. So the whole day was good, and then that night my husband and I were home, and it was about 10 p.m. and we were watching a movie, and suddenly my heart just started pumping and racing, and I was just it just went from just this a resting heart rate position up to I was exercising or running or something, and I just started getting all this severe pain in my chest, and it was awful. I was so scared. I thought then I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what was going on. I'd never experienced anything like that before. And I just thought maybe all this is connected. So it kept doing that. My husband has a heart rate monitor with his Fitbit that he has. So I put that on to see where it was at, and it was in the hundreds. And the highest I think I got was 130. But it was between 100 and 115 mostly. But it was just jumping all over the place. And so I was scared again. So we went back to the ER. I did try calling. Actually, we went to a different ER. I tried calling the original ER that we went to and asked them about the prednisone and if this is a side effect. and they would not answer me. They said I had to come in. So we live closer to a different hospital, so we just went to the one that was closer to us this time, and we went in there and told them what was going on, and they thought the entire thing sounded kind of strange to them, like the headaches and all the issues I was having prior. So they went ahead and did a CT scan of my heart. They injected dye for it. They did a blood test, and I think they did something else too, but I don't remember. But they did pretty much everything that hadn't been done, and everything looked fine. So they didn't know what to tell me of why my heart was doing that. It was in that constant beating for about 8-9 hours total, where it was like 100 to 130, and the chest pain finally started going away after I had been in the hospital. Like, we were there for like 5 hours, and after we left, it was finally starting to subside, and it felt a little bit better, but my heart was still racing. So the doctor did tell me that prednisone can have a lot of side effects. It's possible it could have done that. So he told me to go home and told me to just get a hold of a doctor and try to get in for some regular testing. So we went home, and it was really hard to fall asleep. I did sleep a little bit, but it was still racing. Even when I woke up, it was a little bit better, but it was still racing. So we did look up prednisone side effects, and there are a huge amount of side effects, which it is a steroid, and seeing that a regular heartbeat and racing heartbeat is something that a lot of people have said that they can get from being on prednisone, so we're pretty sure that's what that was. I had almost every side effect that was on the list. For even uncommon side effects, I got pretty much everything that you can get from prednisone, which is one dose, which is, I think, crazy that it was so intense. I was aching so bad, I had muscle cramps so bad, I felt awful, and so I never took any more dosing. And the side effects lasted for at least a full week. I was dealing with the side effects. And then it even took 2 weeks for really everything to pretty much go away. I haven't really been feeling much of anything now, so I'm thankful for that. So I did go back. I went to a doctor's and scheduled for an exam and told him everything that had happened. So they looked over all that, and they did blood tests and urine tests, and he said he was pretty much testing for everything. So the one thing that came back on the test that was in the normal range, but it was like borderline and low still, was vitamin B12. So I talked to the doctor about it after seeing the results and asked him, actually it was on the test results that I got from the lab, that said that if you're in the 200 to 400 range, that you can experience symptoms of B12 deficiency. And I was at 225, so I was like on the very low end of the borderline. And so I called the doctor, I asked him about it, and he did tell me that he thinks I should go ahead and take a supplement. So vitamin B12, it can cause like tingling, numbness, sensations, burning sensations. It can be pretty much anywhere in your body. I think normally, like a lot of people say, it's their hands, but it can cause a ton of problems. And one thing on there is really low energy, which that is something I've been complaining about last year, that I just feel so exhausted a lot of times and dizzy. So there's a lot of things that I kind of am connecting it to. So I'm really hoping that everything has happened might just be the B12. So I did get a supplement, and I've been taking that for 2 days. The doctor said that I can start seeing maybe improvements if I am deficient. I can start seeing improvements in 2 to 3 days. And then he also said to at least give it 2 weeks to really notice any changes. So I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful that that's kind of the answer, and that's what it's going to be, and nothing else is wrong. I still have a heart, like my heart rate is still racing. I didn't really notice many problems with it until yesterday. I did like a workout for the first time since all this started. So it's been like a month now. and I did a workout, and it was a high intensity workout, which probably wasn't a good idea. But since then, my heart rate has been back up. Even the resting heart rate is back up into the 90s now. So I don't know if it was the exercising that caused that to spike back up, and just kind of like my whole body is thrown out of whack right now. I'm hoping that's all it is, and it'll all adjust here soon. Anyways, right now I am taking the B12 supplement. It is a 500 dose. I wasn't ever taking a multivitamin, which is probably a bad thing for me. So I started taking a multivitamin a week and a half ago. So that has only like 6 milligrams, I think, of B12 in it. But with that and the supplement being 500, I'm hoping that that will really, really help. And just taking the multivitamin will help also, because I'm sure I'm probably lacking on other vitamins. So that is what happened as far as the ER went. The other thing that I really experienced while on prednisone was a huge increase in anxiety. I had never had anxiety issues, not bad anxiety, until last year. And I started really getting anxiety real bad at the beginning of last year. So I was just struggling with that through last year. It wasn't real severe or anything, but my goodness, like this all, I think just with all the stuff going on, and I'm like kind of scared of what's happening and not sure. And then the prednisone is known to increase anxiety and depression. And absolutely, like I woke up one morning after taking the prednisone, or a couple mornings after, and I was just like burst into tears. Like no real reason, and I just felt like scared and afraid, and there was like no reason to feel that way, but I was just like terrified of nothing. And like everything was fine. Like I was fine, it was okay, and I don't know. It was just really scary, and it's getting better. Also, B12 deficiency can cause anxiety feelings and depression feelings. I don't know. I just think that I'm hoping that the B12 is kind of what's been going on, and I've been kind of deficient in it. That's what I'm hoping for, because everything else that I've been tested on, I've had CT scans, everything else has been fine, and I don't really have any other symptoms. So that's what I'm hoping that it is. But the anxiety, like it is definitely a struggle now. I'm trying to get back to where I was with the anxiety, which was much more under control. But it has really been difficult, and just, I don't know, like it's just really been bad. I've been trying some different things to really like help with the anxiety and dealing with that, because I've never really experienced this high of an anxiety before. And it's just really like overwhelming. So one thing that I did was I went out and I purchased this. This I got from Ollie's. So if you have an Ollie's near you, it's like this bargain bin, and they have things at really reduced prices. You can find like books there. They have a lot of the new releases even sometimes you can pick up. If you look there, like Stephen King was there. But anyways, I picked this up, and it is a daily devotional. It is for 2017, but that's fine. I'm just going to go day by day, even though it's not 2017 anymore. But I just love this cover. It's a leather cover, and inside it just has, for each day, it's really short. So if you want to do a couple a day, you could do that, or if you just do one a day. But it just has like a verse at the top, and then it'll have a little story that goes along with it, and just some things to apply it to your life, and then some more scripture verses. So I really, really like this, and this has really been helping me to just kind of like sit down and focus and just try to not like be so anxious, but that has really helped. Also just trying to listen to some encouraging music has helped. One song in particular that I love, if you have like problems dealing with anxiety, there's one song that I love, and I can't remember the name of it, the singer, but I will put it in the description box at the bottom so you can like look it up. But it is a great song to listen to. Like I've been listening to it a lot, because just music has kind of helped to calm me also. So that's been some of the things that I've been doing to try to to lessen the anxiety, because it has been difficult for sure. The prednisone, I know it spiked it up even higher, and now I'm just trying to to relax and come down from that. It's been 3 weeks since I took prednisone, and I think for the most part all the side effects are gone, but I still feel like the heartbeat is still kind of bothering me, and I still think it's from the prednisone, even though I know the prednisone's out of my system now completely. I just feel like it's kind of messed up my body and the system, and it might still be affecting it in that way, especially because I exercised real intensely yesterday, and I'm thinking that I just kind of made it jump back. So I'm hoping I'm not going to exercise today, or if I do exercise, I'm going to just do really small, easy workouts, short workouts. So I'm going to see if that helps, and then if it, my heart rate goes back to normal, I'll know it probably was from that. Because I don't think it would be from the B12 supplements. I didn't see anything that has a side effect of causing your heart rate to go up. So anyways, that is kind of what's been going on, and I just wanted to let you guys know we are waiting, kind of dreading the medical bills to come. So we haven't gotten any medical bills yet from either hospital, and we're just kind of waiting for those to see what those are, and hoping that they're not going to be too much. See, when we get them, I don't know, I have no idea what it's going to be. We did pay a little bit while we were there at one of the hospitals, which I wish we wouldn't have, just because I feel better with not paying anything and letting insurance go through all that first. So I kind of regret doing that. We put $500 towards one of them, and we just have to make sure that all that got credited. Our insurance is really bad. It's not a very good insurance. It's a really high deductible. So I know it's not going to pay hardly anything. So we'll figure that out when we get those bills and they come in, and I will definitely share all that with you guys. A lot has been going on in this time. We also purchased a vehicle, which I was going to be filming through all that, but it happened during all this going on, and I just haven't really been wanting to film. And so I will show you guys what car we purchased and everything about that and how that came to be on another video, because I know this one's getting long. The next video that's going to be up will be my February budget with me. So planning out February, and then the next one after that, pretty soon after that, I'll have January's budget report, so you guys can see how January turned out. And then what we're planning for February. We have an interview coming up tomorrow. We have a job interview, and it is a job that my husband and I could do together, which we've really been looking for. So we're going to see how that goes. We don't know if it's going to work or not with hours and pay and everything. So we'll see, and I will definitely let you guys know of any changes and what's coming up. I just wanted to share this update with you guys because it is going to be budget related, and I just want to let you guys know what's going on. And I will see you all again in the next video here real soon. Bye everyone.